Now in this slide we are going to talk about what can be the length of a letter to the editor. Like how long can it be? Well, it varies. There is not a specific answer for that. The length of the letter to the editor may vary depending upon the policy of the newspaper, depending upon the space that the newspaper has, and it also depends on the nature of the topic. If a writer is writing on a topic which is currently hot and so many people are talking about it, or sometimes if the writer is writing about an issue which is also controversial, they may write a really long letter. This can happen. So the length can really vary depending upon a number of factors that I have just discussed. With that, I also want to tell you that ideally, it's not, although it's not written here, you can also check. Ideally or usually the letters to the editors are 300 words long. 300 words long content means one paragraph. And you can notice, I'll show you some examples when I finish these slides that are on PowerPoint, and you can also see that most letters appear to be almost 300 words long. This is a norm that most Pakistani newspapers practice, and I have seen this in international newspapers as well. All right, let's move on to the next slide. All right, now this is that why do people write letters to the editors? Essentially, this slide talks about the purpose, the objectives. What are the objectives for writing a letter to the editor? Why people write letters? Why do people write letters to the editors? Well, there are a number of factors. The first is when someone feels concerned or angry about something, they can write letter to the editor. Recently, there is this incident of that incident that happened in France. Someone said some disrespectful comments about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and people are hurt. And this is, you see now, this is something about which many people may feel angry or concerned, and they can write. And you may have seen, or I would encourage you to read letters to the editor from today, when you go home today, and you may find some related letters to the editor in the newspaper. Or if there is an issue related to, okay, inflation is a very pressing issue nowadays. Like the prices of things are skyrocketing, and it is affecting everyone, all of us, and people may feel angry about it. And now people tend to write about issues about which they feel angry, and they feel like, okay, it's a matter of concern and I should really sit down and write about it. Someone can write a letter to the editor if they want to reflect, if someone wants to reflect his or her opinion on an issue of national or international importance. The issue can be of a regional or local importance as well. It can happen that, especially in the monsoon area, many parts of the city, they have stagnant water and they have sewage problem, and people have problems related to commuting, and especially the places where they have stagnant water, they become sites of mosquito breeding, and that creates problems. Now this seems to be a local problem, a problem which is affecting a small community, a locality, a small region. If someone has this problem, you can write about it. You can say that I live in this particular part of city, in this particular part of Lahore, and I commute daily to my college from this area, and despite many official claims of WASA, the sewage system here is very bad, and especially in the aftermath of rains in the monsoon period, the situation is very bad. You can just write about it. Although it's an issue which seems small, but still it's affecting a large number of people who live in that community, and you can definitely write about that. Students, I highly encourage, and I encourage online students as well, I highly encourage you all to please start reading letters to the editor from today. And do not just think about writing until you have read letters to the editor, maybe for a week or two, because reading will give you idea about so many things. It will give you idea about the style of writing. It will also give you an idea about different topics that usually people choose to write letters to the editors. Yes, Sheza?
Ma'am, I was reading Rosanna Express like 2-3 days back. Ma'am said,
Urdu newspaper?
yes, ma'am. So I read letter to the editor, and ma'am, there was kind of a story. It was not about some issue or anything.
A kind of personal narrative?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it was a bit stories, if you know.
Yes, and I'm sure in the end the writer mentioned any concern or anything. So yes, that is completely all right. People can, because you can write about personal experiences if they are if they are related to a problem that needs to be resolved, because you are using that forum, the forum of newspaper, to raise your voice and to convey your message to concerned authorities. All right. Then to persuade about a particular matter. This is related to what Shiza was saying. And then to influence public opinion. Again, you see, you are motivating people to think about an issue that seems to be important and that you feel like needs to be addressed. And then here are some more purposes, some more objectives for writing letters to the editor. To bring an issue to public attention. I just gave you the example of power outage in a particular area or sewage problem in a particular area. You see, you are bringing your issues to public attention. And then to influence policymakers. Yes, your voices, when they are published in newspapers, they are read I mean, whether they take decision or not, that's a different thing. But at least the voices are not unheard. Especially if you publish your article in a newspaper which has circulation on national level, which is read across the country. Of course, such opinions are read by concerned officials or by their assistants. Alright, so far we have discussed different objectives for writing letters to the editors. Next we are going to discuss when should one write a letter to the editor. Okay, you can write it at any point. Okay, there is specific time for columns. There are some columnists who write on weekly basis. There are some columnists who write on monthly basis. There are some columnists who write fortnightly, every 15 days, every 2 weeks. I think in the last class we were talking about Mohammad Hanif, Pakistani columnist who writes in the New York Times. His column appears in the New York Times every month. So see, there is this periodicity there. But for the letter to the editor, it can be written at any point. Editorial also has time. It's published daily, no matter what. Editorial will appear in the newspaper on daily basis. A letter to the editor, there is no specific timeline. You can write about any issue at any time, at any point. And then some letters to the editors can trigger a public debate or a community conversation. This is the same thing that we have been discussing so far. Let's move to the next slide now. Alright, it says what are the protocols, which means what is the procedure for writing letters to the editor. Okay, once you finalize your write-up, most newspapers ask you to send them an electronic copy via email. Before internet invention and before internet became popular in Pakistan, people used to send their write-up in conventional mail. Nowadays, I think almost all newspapers, except for some digest or magazines, almost all newspapers, they expect you to send them an electronic copy of Word file or a PDF file using an email address. And about this part, that how do you write about it? How do you finalize it? We will discuss this in detail in our next class. This is not the part of today's lecture. A newspaper may ask for a copy of your national ID card. They definitely ask for that. But they need it for their own record. And but with that, it is also optional if you do not want your name to appear along with your write-up. Like, for example, if you have written on a sensitive issue, a sensitive political issue, the issue which is related to, let's say, terrorism or security concerns, if you have written on an issue which is controversial and you want to keep your identity anonymous, it is possible. You can request them that this is my write-up, here is the copy of my CNIC, but I request you to keep my identity anonymous, and they respect they would respect your privacy.